इसलिए थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होगा, आई थिंक सो. See, we have seen all these definition, and after that, let us see one more definition, which is of moment of force. Okay. Any doubt for the any definition which we have seen in the last lecture? Hello.
No, ma'am.
Firstly, we have seen what are the Newton's first, second, and third law. You can see all the lectures are available on the YouTube itself if you want to repeat that. Let me go for the next one, that is moment of force. Okay, what is moment of force is nothing but force into distance, that is actually it is a product of force and the perpendicular distance drawn from the fixed point to the line of action. Okay, actually it is what the product of force and perpendicular distance drawn from the force, the drawn from the fixed point to the line of action. Suppose this is what an angle theta mean, and suppose this is what a position vector, this is origin, this is P, and this is what your line of action. So whatever this perpendicular distance you are able to see, that is nothing but our multiplication term. Force into that term will give you the moment of force. Can anyone understand what do you mean by moment of force? Yes, if you remember, you can tell me. Okay. So what is moment of force? It is simply force into the perpendicular distance drawn from the fixed point to the line of action. Now here I have shown you the image also. What is the image? See, this is what a position vector of any particle, right? Suppose we have in a 3D space, this is what any point with the say coordinate x, y, z, and this is what a position vector r bar, which is given by xi plus yj plus zk. In the very similar way, here we have a position vector. This is what the line of action. What do you mean by line of action? Due to that force, the whatever the motion is observed in that line of action. So जहाँ पे motion हो रहा है जिस direction में उसको हम line of action बोलते हैं, right? So but this is what the perpendicular distance, and this is what OL. Force into that OL is nothing but your moment of force. Now let me go for the very important points, that is conservation principles. Okay, so firstly, what is a conservation principles? Principle of conservation of a linear momentum. First we'll see principle of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, So what do you mean by principle of conservation of a linear momentum? Before that, we know the one equation of a motion. Force is equal to P bar dot. What do you mean by P bar dot? D by dt of P. That is nothing but P is mass into velocity, momentum. So hence force is equals to, if I take mass as outside, because mass is constant. So we have dV by dt. What is this dV by dt? Acceleration. So force is equal to mass into acceleration is nothing but the equation of a motion. Why it is called equation of a motion? Because of the force only you will get some amount of energy will be created and that object will be displaced to some another position. Right? So this is what our equation of a motion. F is equals to P bar dot. Okay, here dot denotes the derivative with respect to t. Now, what do you mean by the conservation of a linear momentum? Conservation of a linear momentum means what? If force is constant, suppose force is equal to 0, means what? Your p bar dot is also equal to 0. It means that dB by dt is equals to 0. Right? If I am saying that the derivative is 0, what do you mean by p? P should be
Constant.
constant, which means that your momentum is constant. So momentum is constant means what? In the absence of force, right? This is what our assumption we have started. In the absence of force, what we get? Momentum is constant. That is nothing but your conservation of a linear momentum. What do you mean by conservation? Conservation in the sense it is constant. Means आपका linear momentum कब constant होगा? जब force zero होगा, right? If we are not applying any force, which means that your linear momentum is always constant, right? Just like our first law. An object will be at rest or in a constant motion unless and until unbalanced extra force is applied. Right? So here also if force is 0, it means that dP by dt is equal to 0, which means that P is a constant. So in the absence of force, momentum is constant. Okay? Let me go for the next one. The next principle of conservation of angular momentum. Principle of conservation of angular momentum. Now we know that how angular momentum is defined. L is equals to R bar cross P bar. Right? What is torque? Torque is dl by dt. And in detail we have seen how this multiplication works. Okay. First we have to keep R as it is, then derivative of P, then P as it is, derivative of R. Right? So we get the result n bar is equal to R bar cross F bar. In the last lecture we have seen this. Okay. So here we know one more equation of a motion which is concerned to angular momentum. पहले वाला कौन सा इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन था? F is equal to P bar dot, but here it is linear momentum. And this is what the equation of a motion for the linear momentum. And what is an equation of a motion for the angular momentum? That is nothing but n bar is equal to L bar dot. Right? What is n bar? It is torque, and this is angular momentum. So, in the absence of torque, that is, if n bar is 0, this means that dl by dt is equal to 0, right? If dl by dt is equal to 0, derivative 0 means what? L is constant, which means that I can say in the absence of torque, in the absence of torque. In the absence of torque means what? Torque is 0, right? In the absence of torque means torque is 0. What do you mean? Angular momentum is constant. Okay. Yes. Any doubt about these two conservation principles? Simple है. सिर्फ
No,
आप
ma'am.
force अगर 0 है, it means your linear momentum is constant, and if your torque is 0, or you can say in the absence of torque, your angular momentum is constant. Now let me go for the next point, that is work. Okay. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by work or work done? How it happens? Huh? No one knows about work done.
Force into displacement.
Yes, force into displacement. Now, what we have to do? We have to see how this work done happens. Okay. So as she told, work done is nothing but force into displacement. Okay. Let us assume that the constant force be applied. Suppose that we are applying the constant force to any particle, right? Which is consisting of mass m. Okay, whose position vector is r bar with respect to some fixed point, right? Because we are finding the distance from some fixed point, no? So we are applying the constant force to any particle of mass m. The position vector is given by r bar from some fixed point. Okay. Suppose we are assuming that there is very infinitesimal displacement. Now I hope everyone is knowing what is the meaning of infinitesimal distance, or the term infinitesimal. Yes, can anyone explain me? Yes, no one knows what is infinitesimal.
Closer to 0.
Closer to 0. Correct. Now, what do we mean by infinitesimal distance? dr. Yes, what do you mean by infinitesimal distance? Okay, they are confusing. What we'll do, suppose this is what a position vector r bar from some fixed point to p1, and we are traveling from point p1 to p2. Okay, so r bar is a position vector. Now if suppose we have applied a force and particle is displaced to some very smaller distance, okay, थोड़ा सा अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स हमने अप्लाई किया और उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो गया, राइट? Some amount of a displacement happens due to a very small amount of force is applied, correct? So we can give the formula for the work done dW is equals to F into dr. That is very small amount of a work done dW, small amount of a displacement, that is a dr. Okay, because whenever we start doing एक बार अगर हम फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे तो डायरेक्टली ए टू बी ट्रैवल नहीं होगा ना, थोड़ा थोड़ा डिस्टेंस हम ट्रैवल करेंगे, राइट? सपोज यू आर मूविंग फ्रॉम स्टैंड टू यूनिवर्सिटी, ओके, सो डायरेक्टली हम बाइक स्टार्ट करते ही यूनिवर्सिटी को नहीं पहुंच सकते ना, so we have traveled a very small distance, that is a dr. So that's why the small work done is happening dW. Now if I want to find out total amount of work done which is done from coming from stand to university or position p1 to p2, okay, how much amount of work done happens to displace a particle from position p1 to p2, okay, p1 से p2 ट्रैवल करने के लिए टोटल वर्क डन कितना लगेगा, राइट? क्योंकि हमने स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन देखा है क्योंकि स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो गया, राइट? बिकॉज डायरेक्टली हम पोजीशन ए टू बी डायरेक्टली ट्रैवल नहीं कर सकते ना, ऐसा नहीं है कि हम से एक सिटी ए टू बी, इफ आई वांट टू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम सिटी ए टू बी थोड़ा थोड़ा डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करेंगे ना, डायरेक्टली वी कैन नॉट रीच, ओके? So if I want to calculate the total amount of a work done, so what I will do, suppose this is what a p1 and p2, no? So let us assume that the position p1 p2 उसका position vector क्या होगा? Suppose we can say that if particle is displaced from, if particle is displaced from position p1 to p2 with the position vector, because if you change the position there will be change in the position vector. Suppose r1 and r2 are the position vector, right, with respect to the same fixed point. So total amount of work done, that is dW is equals to f dr, ये already था. So now we have to find out total amount of work done, that means we have to integrate. Integrating from r1 to r2, dW will be converted to W, f into dr. Okay, so what is f? F is equals to mass into acceleration, this is dr, integration r1 to r2, mass, acceleration. What is the formula for acceleration? dv by dt, correct? बरोबर ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
r1 to r2. So what is the formula for our dv by acceleration is dv by dt. Now I will write this dv by dt as it is. This dr by dt, what I will do, I will integrate with respect to t, and as well as I am going to differentiate with respect to t. Is it okay? Can I do this?
Yes, ma'am.
Because integration derivative with respect to the same term, so it will get cancelled. Now what is the value of this dr by dt? Yes, क्या है dr by dt? If r is a position vector, dr by dt is a velocity, and what is dv by dt? It is acceleration. समजते हैं ना सगळ्यांना?
हो.
हो मॅम.
Okay. dr by dt is v, and this is dt as it is. Okay. Now again we can see integration and derivative. This is what integration with respect to t, derivative with respect to t. So what I will remain? I will remain only with both the get cancel and v remains with m outside integration r1 to r2 v dv. Yes, any doubt for this step?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Simply what we have done, integration derivative both are with respect to t. So which we get cancel and m is a constant we have taken outside. So what is the integration? It is v square by 2 within the limit r1 to r2. Now you have to tell me what is the next step. Sanga, how many times we have solved this type of integration? In your BSc, in your 11th and 12th standard.
R1
Yes.
square upon 2 minus R2 square upon 2.
Okay. How many of you agree with this?
Yes, ma'am.
R2 square upon 2 minus R1 square upon 2.
Okay. Yes, anyone else want to give the answer?
R1 square minus R2 square upon 2.
Okay. सब लोग वही बोल रहे हैं ना? Either it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
r2 square minus r1 square divided by 2 or vice versa. Okay. Now let me go back. क्या करना पड़ेगा? Okay. Integration of x with respect to x within the limit 1 to 2. So it will be x square by 2 within the limit 1 to 2. So here it is provided that x is a term and integration is also with respect to x, right? So we can put the limit that is 4 minus 1 divided by 2. Okay. बट यहाँ पे ऐसा है क्या, क्योंकि ये लिमिट्स है, ये x के लिए दिया हुआ था ना 1 to 2. But what is r1 and r2? These are position vector na. As I written here, r1 and r2 are the position vector of a point p1 and p2. क्योंकि हमारा पार्टिकल पोजीशन p1 से p2 ट्रेवल कर रहा है, means what? It has some position vector r1 at p1 and it has some another position vector r2 at p2. बरोबर? आप अगर स्टैंड से यूनिवर्सिटी जा रहे हो तो इन बिटवीन अगर आप कहीं पे रुकते हो तो आपका कोई तो पोजीशन वेक्टर होगा ना. सपोज आई टोल्ड यू दैट पोजीशन वेक्टर इज समवेयर एट बाड़े, राइट? स्टैंड टू बाड़े, बाड़े टू यूनिवर्सिटी, राइट? सपोज आप अगर स्टैंड से यूनिवर्सिटी ट्रैवल कर रहे हो एंड somewhere in between you get a call and someone asks you where are you, so you will tell that I am near Bade station. Okay, so it means that you are telling your position. Okay, so I have given you simply real life example. Case and Bade and university, all these are position vector. Okay, here also r1 and r2 are the position vector. बरोबर? Here x के लिए जो हमने लिमिट्स दिए थे 1 and 2, सो दैट इज ओके, वो x के लिमिट थे. बट ये वेलोसिटी के लिमिट्स है क्या? ये पोजीशन वेक्टर है, ये सिर्फ पोजीशन डिस्क्राइब करेंगे r1 and r2. बट व्हाट अबाउट वेलोसिटी? कैन वी पुट देम एज अ वेलोसिटी? गेटिंग मी? समजते मी काय सांगतेय?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can anyone tell me whether again can you give you the same answer? या ये आंसर करेक्ट है क्या? r2 स्क्वायर माइनस r1 स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय 2. whatever I told you just now, can you tell me whether you understood everything? R1 R2 क्या है? पोजीशन वेक्टर है. क्या आप स्टैंड पे हो या आप ऐसे बोलोगे ना फोन पे कि हाँ आई एम एट बाड़ी. Whether you are going to tell you your speed? No, no. You will tell that I am at Bade, I am at a stand, I am in the university. So these are position vector. So here I am having the velocity and here I am having position vector. So I can write this as v2 square minus v1 square divided by 2, which means that this is what velocity at position vector r2 and velocity at r1. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I can write this as 1 upon 2 m v2 square minus 1 upon 2 m v1 square. Now we know very famous formula, that is kinetic energy is given by 1 upon 2 mv square. So what will be this is T2 minus T1, which means that T2 is a kinetic energy at position P2 and T1 is a kinetic energy at position P1. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone having a doubt about this V2 square minus V1 square?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I hope you understood. X के लिए जो लिमिट्स है 1 2 वो हम पुट अप कर सकते हैं, बट R1 R2 ये पोजीशन वेक्टर है और ये V जो है वेलोसिटी है. सो दैट्स आई हैव रिटन V2 square minus V1 square, which means that this is a velocity at a position P2 minus velocity at position P1. Okay? Now, what we have written here, work done, we have obtained as T2 minus T1. Correct? Now, if suppose T2 is greater than T1, what it means? And if T1 is less than, T1 is greater than T2. What do you mean by these two? Okay, simply we are discussing the cases. Can you tell me what will be the effect on work done if T2 is greater than T1 or if T1 is greater than T2?
T2 is greater than T1.
क्या होगा एक्चुअली में? अगर T2 T1 से बड़ा है तो वर्क डन पे क्या इफेक्ट होगा? What is the effect on the work done? If I say T2 is greater than T1 and in the second case, this is what your case 1, this is case 2. दोनों केस पॉसिबल है ना? Maybe kinetic energy at first position is larger and in the second case kinetic energy at the second position is larger. Correct? So what is the effect on a work done in the two cases? क्या होगा? T2 greater than T1 means what? वर्क डन पॉझिटिव्ह होगा ना? आहेत का सगळे? सकाळी सकाळी जेवण करून झोपलेत का? You have to think, no? T2 greater than T1 means what? T2 का वैल्यू T1 से बड़ा है. It means that work done will be positive. T2 greater than T1 का मीनिंग क्या है? Suppose 2 is greater than 1. 2 minus 1 क्या होगा? 1. If T1 is greater than T2, so what it will be? Negative. बराबर. Hello everyone, please respond me because I cannot tell you what I am feeling now. Yes, please explain me if work done is positive or negative. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? What do you mean by work done is positive or work done is negative?
Greater than T1.
Yes, what you told, I am not getting. Okay, no need to discuss about the positive क्योंकि work done always positive ही होगा ना. बस अगर हमने कुछ amount force apply किया है तो work done होगा which is positive. But what do you mean by work done is negative? कुछ example है कि आपके पास जहाँ पे work done negative भी होता है? Yes, either you have any example where you can say that work done is negative.
Force and displacement are in opposite direction.
Okay, force and displacement are in opposite direction. अगर मैं force इस direction में apply कर रही हूँ तो displacement भी इसी direction में होगा ना? Whatever you told it is correct, but I want an example. Suppose the example which we have seen in the last lecture, if you are traveling on a bike and with some speed और अचानक से suppose road बहुत खराब है, right? So whether you will go with the same speed?
No, ma'am.
So you have to apply some more amount of a force. आपको आपकी गाड़ी का acceleration बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, बरोबर ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which means कि आप जिस स्पीड से जा रहे थे वो स्पीड सफिशिएंट नहीं है आपको डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करने के लिए, राइट? सो विच मीन्स दैट जो फोर्स आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो वो सफिशिएंट नहीं है, करेक्ट? व्हाई इट इज नॉट सफिशिएंट? बिकॉज रिवर्स में भी उतना ही फोर्स आ रहा है, राइट? अगर हमें उस रिवर्स वाले फोर्स को ओवरकम करना है तो यहाँ पे एक्स्ट्रा फोर्स अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, बरोबर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I want to apply the extra force, so क्या करना पड़ेगा? मुझे अपनी गाड़ी की स्पीड बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, which means I am applying a more amount of work done, more amount of a force, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
सगळ्यांना समजते का? इमॅजिन करा तुम्ही गाडीवर ट्रॅव्हल करताय आणि रोड खराब आहे तर तुम्हाला थोडा स्पीड जास्त करावा लागेल सो दॅट यू कॅन ट्रॅव्हल, राईट? सो if I am applying the same amount of force I will be at the same position. So if I apply the more amount of a force, so I will be displaced, correct? So which means that हमारे पास जो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स, जो रिवर्स में फोर्स आ रहा है वो एक्स्ट्रा है, राइट? सो उसको ओवरकम करने के लिए हमें एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, राइट? जस्ट लाइक अ वेरी इजी एग्जांपल, स्प्रिंग जो हम पेन होता है, पेन के अंदर एक स्प्रिंग होता है, पता है ना सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
उस अगर स्प्रिंग को हम ऐसे टाइट करेंगे और थोड़ी देर बाद छोड़ने के बाद वो फिर से अपने पोजीशन पे आएगी, बरोबर ना?
Yes, ma'am.
नेक्स्ट इज अ रबर जो हम अपने हेयर्स में लगाते हैं, राइट? या व्हाटएवर वे जो हम अपने नोट के बंडल वगैरह पे लगाते हैं ना रबर, अगर हम उसको कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स अप्लाई करके अगर ऐसे खींच रहे, राइट? सो वी हैव अप्लाइड द सम फोर्स एंड वर्क डन हैपन, राइट? सपोज ये रबर है और उसको फोर्स अप्लाई किया, सो इट विल बी लाइक दिस नाउ. तो यहाँ पे हमारा कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क डन हो गया, बरोबर?
Yes, ma'am.
सो अगर मैंने फिर से उस ऑब्जेक्ट को छोड़ दिया मीन्स व्हाट? इट विल अगेन कम बैक टू सेम पोजीशन.
Yes.
इफ इट कम बैक टू सेम पोजीशन मीन्स व्हाट? वो उलट अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स हो गया ना, दैट मीन्स हमने जितना फोर्स अप्लाई किया था उतना ही अपोजिट डायरेक्शन से फोर्स अप्लाई हुआ और वो ऑब्जेक्ट सेम पोजीशन पे आ गया, राइट? जस्ट लाइक अ स्प्रिंग, रबर, और यू कैन हैव फायरिंग अ बुलेट। ओके, अगर हम बंदूक से गोली मार रहे हैं तो वहां पे भी एक रिवर्स अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स होता है, जिसकी वजह से वो जो भी गोली होती है आपके बुलेट, this will travel in the direction which you have fixed on, right? So reverse amount of force applied and then it is pulled out, so that bullet will go in the forward direction, right? So that is called a negative work done, क्योंकि हमने जो amount of force apply किया था उसके again come back हो गया, right? So that is called a negative work done. Okay. So actually I'm not going to speak now. Sorry for that. In the next lecture, we will go for the conservation force. See, if you are having a doubt, you can ask me for this lecture. जो भी हमने अभी तक देखा. Yes, if you have a doubt, you can ask.